How you doing, YouTube? Matt Massive Beer Reviews back with a little bit of a little Interboro up in this piece in the form of their Sabotage. Yeah, this be a Brooklyn double. So it's a double aged on Amburana wood. 7% alcohol by volume. And brewed with our friend Gabrielle Guarella. 7%. Please drink responsibly. That's all we got on here. This is a new release. I'm pumped to try it. This comes courtesy of my boy from Brooklyn, Kyle. And I dig me Interboro. I like what they do. Fun beers all around, but I've never had anything like this from them. And it's been a lot of hazies, maybe a little bit of lager here and there, all that kind of stuff. Even like a gin, kind of mixed drink kind of thing. But I haven't had something like a Belgian double. So I'm really interested to see what goes on, because you're talking about that Amburana wood, which is going to be super interesting in a very kind of, how do I put it? Like, the potential is very cool for this beer, because the Amburana wood, I've had a couple beers that have showcased that wood in it. It's a wood from Brazil, and it's just like, people either use staves or actually use a whole barrel. And it's come off a couple different ways for me. I've got a lot of heavy cinnamon from it, a little bit of kind of like wintry spice kind of stuff off of it, a little bit of vanilla you typically get from woods. It can be all over the places. When you're talking about those flavors, you're talking about cinnamon, you're talking about winter spice, a little bit of vanilla. You start to take a Belgian double, you start to think about winter warmer. That's kind of how my brain kind of goes. So it'll be interesting to see where this beer kind of lands, because guess what? Today is the day after Christmas. It is peak winter warmer season, and it looks the part of a Belgian double. Pinky finger, just north of khaki, right around malt ball colored kind of head, soft, tight, compact bubbles, and it's got that doo-doo water, that hazy double thing going on. If you make a Belgian double, and they call it a Brooklyn double here because they're not trying to say it's a Belgian beer, but they're using Belgian yeast in this. I believe I would imagine they're using a Belgian candied sugar. They have to be if it's a double. Wow, this piece of glass looks like it has a dent in it. That's kind of weird. Anyway, this is what it should look like. It has that murky, kind of hazy, same hazy you expect from a hazy pale ale, kind of new school hazy pale ale, but in that kind of dark category. I mean, it looks the part of a Belgian double. Let's put it that way. So, the nose. This is going to be fun. Let's see what's what. Yeah, it's that goddamn one. It's a vanilla cinnamon for me. That's how it comes off for me. There's other things going on there, like a little bit of that kind of wintry spice, kind of. So gingerbread. Think gingerbread spices, but not the ginger. Stuttering fool I am. And yeah, that's what I'm getting off of it. Yeah, it's cinnamon for me, a little bit of soft vanilla, and that slightly kind of malty breadiness that you expect from a Belgian double. It smells really, really cool, actually. Yeah, I love that nose. It's winter warmer. I don't know what they classify this beer online, but this is a winter warmer without being a winter warmer. And by that I mean, you specifically brew a winter warmer to be a winter warmer. Well, this beer is like, let's go into all these other places, and then the path they went just ended up at winter warmer. And that's kind of how it makes it for me. I'm diving in. Cheers. Okay, that's nice. It's thin though, and that kind of makes me a little bit irritated, because one of the best things about Belgian doubles and Belgian quads is the mouthfeel for me. Well, I get the Belgian vibes from here. It's not overly sweet, so I don't even know if they might have used Belgian yeast without Belgian candied sugar on this, because it kind of lacks a little bit of sweetness for me. For all intents and purposes, a sweet beer, but for a Belgian double. And it comes off thin. And that's just the biggest bummer about it. I assume the thinness came from resting either in the barrel or on staves or something like that. So you get this nice malty sweetness that's relatively generic, but does have a soft little bready characteristic to it. It's not over the top. That wood is kind of the starter show here. Cinnamon, vanilla, a little bit of toasty, kind of, like I said, that gingerbread spice without the gingerbread in there, those winter spices. They linger. on the roof of your mouth, kind of prickly up there. And I'm kind of getting a little bit weird. I might do this review a little bit slowly because I've recently become increasingly allergic to allspice, and it tastes like allspice to me. But when I've had beers that have allspice in them, it doesn't kick in, and I don't start having an allergic reaction until about like 3 to 5 minutes. So I'm kind of nervous right now. They don't name it on the bottle, so I'm not too worried about it. But my brain is like, oh my god, this is gonna suck, because it has that soft winter spice, allspice thing going on. But it really, I mean, in the grand scheme of things, the nose is fantastic. The flavors are there. It's just the mouthfeel is criminally thin. Like, criminally thin. It comes off, like, for this style of beer, Belgian double, you need that heft to kind of bring the beer home. And it just lacks that. It's still tasty. It's no way a negative beer. The flavors are extremely fun. Extremely playful kind of flavors in here. It just lacks, just kind of lacks that softness, that creaminess that would just prop everything up and just make everything a little bit more cozy and a little bit more warm. But it's a fun beer, man. This is an extremely fun beer. I like this. And I like them taking the cut at it. This kind of wood, a Belgian double. Who the fuck does that? From a new school brewery? We expect this from old school people, but Interboro, have only been around a couple of years. For them to, one, make a Belgian double, and two, age it on some kind of new school wood, I like it. I like the cut. I like the ingenuity. Sure, it's not a home run for me. It just lacks the mouthfeel, so it's a tasty beverage. It'll be drank. I'll have fun with it. But man, if this had a nice kind of soft, creamy mouthfeel to it, it could be epic. I mean, and I think you get, and I was going to say also the bump of sweetness. I think if there was just I don't want it to be cloyingly sweet or even overly sweet, just that of sweetness I think brings this beer, elevates it a little bit. But I think if you get that mouthfeel on lock, it brings the sweetness with it. So tis what it is. It's a fun beer nonetheless. So thank you very much, Kyle, for sending this off, because this is really fun stuff. It tastes like winter. It tastes like Christmas in a glass, and that does not suck. We are the 26th of December here. So yeah. Anyway, let's talk about this beer. It's one of the better winter warmers, because that's what I'm calling this beer. That's what it is. It wants to be that beer. It is that beer. It's one of the better winter warmers I've had. It's like, even with me kind of being bummed about the mouthfeel, it's still worthy of being in the conversation. Value and availability, I looked it up. $15. There you go. I did some research. I don't know if it's brewery only. $15 for this is quite pricey. I understand you're aging it. It says aging it on Amburana wood. I'm going to say that thing like 90 different ways. It's not a barrel. So I assume there are staves, some kind of like staves. Even a barrel, $15 is kind of hard to swallow on a 500 milliliter of a non-spirit barrel-aged beer. I want this at 10. And leave you with, if you like what we like this beer, if you like winter warmers. I mean, I wouldn't even go as far as to say if you like doubles, if you like winter warmers. But maybe, how about this? If you like winter warmers and you're scared to drink them because you're allergic to allspice like me, this is going to do you okay, because I am not getting fucked up from this beer. I can tell that by now. So there you go. Another little fun little review in the books. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. Down there if you want to talk about it. Massive Beers. If you want to check me out doing the social media stuff, Beer Massive. Want to check me out doing a whole podcasting thing. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the review. Hopefully you're enjoying a little bit of Interboro right now. We'll see you next time. Cheers.